Welcome to the Walker Talker Chat Show here tonight, where we're going to be joined by comedian Fred Rubino and Willie White here in the studio. Let's rock it out. Oh yeah, hey, all doing, folks. You're all very welcome to the Walker Talker Chat Show here tonight. Yeah, where we're going to be joined by Fred Rubino from New York. Yeah, and then Willie White, a Dublin comedian. So we have two great comedians on the show tonight. We're looking forward to having a bit of chat and a bit of banter with these guys, and hopefully we have a bit of laughing. God knows what happens on this show. As you know already, if you're a fan of the show or if you've been tuning in all the time, you just never know how this is just going to go. Yeah, and big thanks is Stevie Carroll, by the way, who's co-producing this show, and he's doing a great job and bringing on some of the great special guests that we have and some of the content that you see here tonight. And we're going to be having him on the show of hopefully in the next couple of weeks, bringing him on board. We probably have him here live in the studio, and he's all very welcome on board. Hey Sharon, you're very welcome on board. Sharon, you have Sharon Faye, Jane Bates, how are you? Yeah, we have Willie Murphy on board. Willie what am I saying, Willie Murphy. Jane Bates Murphy is on the show there, but we have Willie White on the show. He's actually from Ballymun. He's a comedian, and that's where he's originally from. And so we're going to have him on the show, and Fred Rubino as well from New York as well, which is very much because of his accent and because he comes from the same area. It reminds you a lot of Joe Pesci, which is great, you know what I mean? I love all that sort of, he goes on, that's that kind of, thing coming across just naturally. Davey Keogh, how's it going, buddy? How are things? I hope the head is okay after your 5 points of Guinness that you had. You must have lured them back in your 90 minutes. 90 minutes, me arse, as you. Yeah, so people are heading to the pubs now, slowly but surely, bit by bit, and they're heading now. And so myself and Stevie Carroll said we might even have a pint ourselves this week. Maybe Friday night we were talking about heading out. We might somewhere in Temple Bar. You never know. We might even bring our cameras with us and film some stuff. I have no idea. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a chat with all these guys. Getting them on board and having a bit of laugh, And so yeah, and if you have any questions or anything like that, if you want to, phone in the show, I mean, by all means, I mean, you certainly can. You can phone in anytime you want. Yeah, you can. If you really want. Yeah, the number's up on the screen there. Let me see. Yeah, you can phone in as well. So it's on the screen. There it is there. Look, 087 168 4468 if you want to join us on the show for a bit of banter as well. But we're going to have the lads. Yeah, there we go. But we're going to have the lads here live on the show. We're going to have them here. We're going to be hopefully getting the two of them on our video screen here, and we're going to have a bit of banter with the lads, and it'll be a bit of laugh, you know. And there's some raw videos I've seen of Willie White when he just, you know, some of the comedy clubs, and what you have to do in some of the comedy clubs. I mean, where you have to start in, you know, low base and work your way up and work your way through the comedy clubs. And I was in some of them when I was in New York. I was in some of them, and it's political correctness doesn't enter the agenda over there whatsoever, and I like that. I absolutely love that, you know what I mean, because political correctness is just a big pile of shit, really, you know what I mean. It really is. It's just put the sugar coating over for all the snowflakes in the world. Just the obvious, you know. It's just the obvious. You're just sugar coating the obvious. That's all that political correctness is. Just bullshit. For just what's exactly what it is. Say it as it is, you know, because that's what it is. Marie Butler, hello, how are you? Good evening, you're very welcome on board. Yeah. And Michelle there, how are you doing? You're very welcome on board. Who else we got? Rachel Kenny, hello, you're very welcome on board. Gillian, yes. Sharon Faye, yeah, everyone's starting to jump on board. Now we have two great comedians on board. Now we're going to have some great banter with these guys. I can show you some of their videos as well. And so we have Willie White. He's a Dublin comedian. He's originally from Ballymun, and he's done some great. He's been part of the comedy clubs that you see in town and stuff like that, you know, on that circuit. And then Fred Rubino has a massive following. He does some great kind of food kind of gags and stuff like that, and he's been talking about food, but he also does stand up as well. So he'd remind you of Joe Pesci, you know, from you know, Joe Pesci. Yeah, he reminds you of him very much so, because, you know, the accent, and he's from that kind of area, you know, and he's Italian as well, so you have all this going on. So it is hopefully, like, we can have a good bit of laugh. I don't know what's going to happen, which is great. Last night I didn't know it was going to happen. You know, we had Jeff came on and wanted to speak his mind, and he did. He was in that frame of mind, and a lot of people found it very, very interesting, to be honest with you. A lot of people came back to me saying, great show, really enjoyed that. It was different, because not even I was expecting, you know, what the sort of banter that we were having. And that's what live is all about. We just don't know what's going to happen. And hang on, I do. Do you know what? I've been missing the whiskies. I haven't been including them in the show a lot lately, but I have me Jameson Porter. I poured it out about, 20 seconds before the show started. That's how fast, yeah. Everybody should have a whiskey beside them right now at this stage, you know. Anne Doyle, hello, how are you? From the gaff to yours, hello, yes. Anne, all the way in a gaff there. Anne is based in Blanchardstown, I think, yeah. And yes, she always drops by. Marie Butler is there as well. I know Marie all the way from the land of Cabra. Yeah, Cabra's a great old place as well. And well, I'm here and coming live to you from Finglas. Yeah. So where are you all based? I have to find out. I'm going to have to get people, just sending me a message telling me where they are. I'd like to know if you're outside of the country, or people that are watching, where are you from? I must get people just to text in, just say where you're based, where you are watching from at the moment. If you're outside Dublin or where you are, yeah, we'll have to kind of get something going and just find out where all our people are watching from. Now, hopefully we get loads of people on with Fred Rubino from New York. He has a massive fan base, big following, and he's quite a funny guy. Let me see. I'll go into the two guys. I'll show you the two guys. I'll show you a little bit of what's coming up with Willie. Willie White is originally from Ballymun. He's a Dublin comedian. This is this is going back to 2012, so it's quite a long time, this one. This is when he was only starting out. So I'm going to show you something raw of him, okay? And so this is what he's like in 2012. So I'll get another video of kind of more up to date as well. But I'll show you this one, okay? I'll just show you a little snippet just to show you what's coming up in the show with Willie. And then I'll show you Fred Rubino. So let me see. I'll just go down to my YouTube. Yeah, we'll sling it from YouTube. Yeah, we'll bring it over to you from there. Right? So here it is. Here we go. A little snippet.
Have we any people in with penalty points? Stuff, man. Keeping it real. How many have you got?
6.
Cool. So you're halfway there. So I'm driving through Sheriff Street and I go over the bridge in Sheriff Street, and then there's an immediate left-hand turn which goes over another bridge which goes into East Wall. And as you get over that bridge, if you're familiar with the area, you will know there's an illegal left-hand turn, right? Which at that point my sat-nav said, take the fucking chance. So I did, right? In true fucking Willie White style, didn't put on the indicator, just kind of swung the fucking car around. And as I got around the corner, lo and behold, there's a guard, right? And he just, when he seen me turning around, he just kind of looked up, as cool as you like, and just done that. Which is the universal fucking hand movement for pull in, you're fucked. Okay. So he
there we go. Just a little bit. That was when he was starting out. That was in 2012. So, you know, he's come a long way since then. He's been in many of the comedy clubs and up-to-date stuff. So just a little teaser for you. That's what Willie White, when he was starting out there in one of the comedy clubs there. So just showing you some of that. Yeah, so he's all very welcome to Tina. Hello, how are you? Welcome on board, Rachel, Kenny. Yeah, he's all welcome on board, and yeah, it's going to be a bit of laugh tonight. We'll have I feel it in my bones. We're going to have a bit of scare here tonight. Now I'm going to show you Fred Rubino. I'm going to show you him, okay? And you'll like Fred as well, and I'll just get it here for you. There we go, Fred Rubino. I'll just rooting him out for you. He was on one of his. I'll show you probably one of his rants for us. Well, yeah, let's go for a rant. Okay.
Hey, Rubino, yeah, I just heard on the news that there's a big spike in Corona. What a shock. Do you mean to tell me that thousands of people in the street every night is no good for Corona? Oh, what a shock. You don't have to be Dr. Fauci to figure that one out. Okay, and they don't die from it, these millennials. No. They bring it home and the old people get sick, okay? Let me tell you something. You see me? Move to the other side, okay? Stay away from me. I'm sick of millennials as it is, okay? Go home and vape something, will yous? Okay, I can't with your little cupcakes and your Tide Pods and your pasties and asses. Get away from me. We're sick. You know what this country needs? We need that the governors come out and say, okay, there's a big spike in millennials. Nobody under 35 allowed out for 3 weeks. What a beautiful country this would be. 3 weeks of peace and quiet without all your nonsense. And at least the birds will have someplace to shit. You're taking the statues down. Where are the birds gonna shit? I hope they shit on you. Freddie Rubino here. Millennials, they gotta go.
So there we go. Yeah, hot on the stove. There we go. That's from Fred Rubino. You know what I mean? So there he comes out with all that sort of stuff all the time. So we'll get back to. Well, just thought I'd show you.
Rubino, yeah, I just heard.
Sorry, yeah, that's me just hitting off that again. We're playing it again. Yeah, so we're going to have him on the show as well, and we're going to see how that rocks out.
The car's cool as you like.
There we go. Yeah, we just we'll pause all our lads. Yeah, there we go. So just getting them all in action there. There we go. Now let me see. I'm just straightening out me so you can see them nice and nice on the screen. Yeah, there we go. Now, yeah. So there we go. Now. We're all sorted. So yeah, very welcome on board, and sure. And if you want to call in the show, you certainly can. The number's up on the screen there. You can see it there, 08716844468. You can definitely give me a call, yeah. And why not? You can tune in. And by the way, share the page. You have to share the page. We need to share the page. We need to get it out there so we can, so we have an audience to talk to. You know what I mean? So that's what we need. So we needed to share the page. Hit share. Go down. Share it to your main page. Or even tag a friend that you think would like to come on board and have a look at tonight's show or the show. You can just go onto the Walker Talker Chat Show page and follow the show, and that way you'll get updates of when we're coming on. You know, when the show is coming on, and you can see what the topic is. Come on, if you want to have a bit of a listen or jump in. I've had a few people saying, "Oh, I seen one or two of the topics. I wasn't going to listen in," and then they click on the show and then they end up. there was one or two people saying, I enjoyed listening to it, because then what I done then is I turned it onto the TV, which you can do. It's on YouTube under, just go under the Walker Talker Show Live, and on YouTube, or Anthony Walker Live, and you'll find it on the YouTube channel there. This is live on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to watch it on your TV and you just don't want to sit there on a little phone or a little tablet, you can send it to your TV and relax. Also, you can cast it to your TV from your handset. If you've got a smart TV, just send your Facebook page over to your TV, or if you have Chromecast, send it over that way to your TV and relax. Yeah. Most of all, share it. Sharing is caring. It certainly is. But yeah, so I hope you're all geared up. And did anyone go to the pub? Is anyone bothering going to the pub? And there's a few people, like, I'm sure the pubs are pretty much jammed. My Monday club. Yeah, where I was doing my Monday club, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, my Monday club is gone. Yeah, the pub is changing hands, or it won't be opening back up. So I'm gonna have to look for a new Monday club. Everything's changing. Everybody's changing, and I don't know why. Yeah, we don't know why. We don't know shit. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward. We're gonna have these guys coming on now very, very shortly on here live on the show, and we're going to have a banter. If you want to ask them any questions, you certainly can. Just send them over to me on the chat. I'm going to go back into the chat here and just have a quick look and see who we have on board. Yeah, have you been talking to Jeff? How was he today? No, I didn't talk to Jeff today, Rachel. No, I didn't. I will talk to him, because we are going to go down. I'm going to bring the camera. I've just been so busy just working on different things here, and I've been working on. I've got a little. Started off like a little printing kind of business doing. Well, I didn't start it off. I'm my son and my daughter, and my missus owned it, and I'm just taking her over a little bit. So why not? I'm gonna get it. That's what I do. That's how I roll. I'm doing nothing else at the moment, so that's what I do. Like so until I'm back on the streets again, out and about. I won't be. I'm not in a hurry going anywhere, too fast. Even though, like, I did get a couple of phone calls over the last couple of days about gigs and stuff like that, so everything's going to get there as well. Debbie Bourne, she's still recovering from Monday. Oh, you were out on the rip, Debbie. Where were you? Oh, you're probably in Tom Kennedy's, were you? Tom Kennedy's was back in full swing, I say. Yeah, I don't think that 90-minute thing is happening in all the pubs at all. Is that happening? Have you been asked to leave after 90 minutes? Is that even pubs serving food half the time? How are they going to police that amount of people? I went for a big fry in the village this morning. It was the best. Great to get back to eating out again. That was Sharon Faye. Ooh, yeah, eating out again, Jenny. I haven't been out for something to eat like that in ages. Just where you go for your Sunday dinner. You miss that bit, don't you? And that pint of Guinness. I haven't had a pint of Guinness from a pub in about 4 months. Damn them little outfits that have been sneaking in the back doors in them pubs and having lovely pints. Yes, dirty fecking all night. Yeah, I'm still recovering from Saturday, says Rachel Kenny. From Saturday? Jesus. What is all getting up to? Yous are all having great nights. I need a few nights out like this. I need to get out. I'm going out for myself and Stevie Carroll. Stevie Carroll is the co-producer of this show, as you know, and we're going to bring him on board one of the days. We'll get him on, get his face on here so you can see exactly who's been bringing up some of the guests that you see on the show. And yeah, Linda Barry is saying police are checking some of the pubs. Ooh, just to scare one or two. What is it? Yeah. Rachel Kenny, your fault. My fault? Or whose fault? Whose fault is it? Jeez. I don't care. If it's my fault, I take full responsibility. I don't care. Yeah. So we don't care. We don't give a shit. Yeah, so how are they going to police that really, How long have you been in here? Remember the bus inspectors years ago? They go around, Remember the go ahead. Go ahead. You give your man, 25, go ahead. Shh. The roundy ticket. Remember the roundy ticket thing that they give out and the little kind of telephone number dial on the front. And then the bus inspector get on and put a little hole in it with his little clipper. Yeah, remember all that? Jesus. Are you going to do that to give the cops down when they go in? Right? Shh. You're in here 90 minutes. Shh. Get the feck. Did you eat? Are you starving? No, get out. Yeah, I don't think any of that's going to happen. Oh, the bingo, yeah. So, but Rachel, you must have stayed out on the gargle. That's what it was. That's all it was. You stayed out on the gargle. Yeah, that's all. That's allowed though. You're allowed to do that. You know, you're in your own garden there enjoying your bingo. Yeah, the bingo on the roads must be good crack. Yeah. Replying to Debbie Bourne, and look at all the filthy alcoholic drinks. That's Stevie Carroll, by the way. That's Stevie Carroll's walking here in the background. Yeah, he is. He's on board, and he keeps things ticking over nicely. And we've been talking about loads of things, and we're definitely going to start seeing things. Some live vids coming up tomorrow. We're going to be announcing, by the way, who is going to win our €30 giveaway for our butchers. I'll tell you more about that across the road. Yeah, our butchers across the road is in Finglas there is giving away Bridge. The Bridge Butchers there is going to be giving away €30 worth of a lovely jubbly big meal deal. You know, keep you all nice and healthy, all chicken and you can get the old dindies on the go. We're giving that away, and we'll probably go over to the Martin live in the Butchers and do that. That's what we're going to do. We have to announce that. I think we get him to pick live, and then what we'll do is we'll show it on the show. We'll video him, and then we'll put it on, and we'll announce the winner that way. I think that's the best way of doing it. So we might grab a camera and nip over there tomorrow and just say, right, Martin, you have to pick somebody out of all of these. There's quite a lot of people on there, you know what I mean, who went in for it. Yeah, if it's on our page, go in for it, and if we're just going to get all the names, either put them all into a hat or just scroll through and let Martin pick one of them out, just at random, anyone he wants, and we're just going to bash it out. So we'll do something like that, and we'll sort that all out tomorrow. So we're going to announce either way, we're giving it away tomorrow, you know, so somebody's going to get themselves a €30 voucher from the Bridge Butchers in Dunn Shopping Centre here in Finglas. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, the link is up there on our chat. You know what I mean? You can see it there. Steve Carroll has popped it up there. The chat is there. Just go under the Walker Talker chat show. You'll see it there. Click on the link and just like and share, and then we're going to announce it tomorrow who's getting that. So we're going to see what else other giveaways we can get as well. And sure, why not? Yeah, big time. I'm looking forward to our guests tonight. You know, we have two crackpots on the show tonight, and that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. God, if you could see some of the things that people send me during this show, you know what I mean? They send me terrible things. They do. Yeah, 100%. I should name and shame them sometimes. See, they'll be trying to get me to laugh and giggle while I'm live on the show. That's all it is. Divilment. I'll get Jeff after you if you keep it up. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Now, so yeah. So about another 5 minutes or so, we're going to have our special guest on. I hope you 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we're going to have our first special guest on. We're going to get Willie White on. He's from Dublin. And don't be afraid to share it as well. Share it to your friends. With two great comedians coming on. But we're just going to be having banter. God knows what's going to happen. I'm not in bad form at all. I'm ready to rock, ready to roll. I'm ready to rumble. I have me Jameson whiskey here. Look, poured out and all, ready to rock. Look, if you don't believe me, look. It's a nice fresh bottle there. Look at it. See, there we go. You don't believe me. Don't believe what I say. You need a whiskey every night around 8 o'clock. Who says? Me. Yeah. Jameson whiskey. You think they'd sponsor the show, wouldn't you? Yeah, we need a couple of people to sponsor the show, so we can keep it alive. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't run on fresh air. Yeah, but we've got loads of things that we have to do to keep it going. But we're going to try. Yeah. Now, let me see. I'm going to go back to the feed. I'm not looking at the feed there now. Sorry, yeah. Where's Willie? Matthew Mooney. Where's Willie? We're not telling you, Willie. You get a wet Willie. Yeah. Willie's going to be on now in about 4 minutes. So, yeah, he's going to be on. We'll have the banter. We'll have the crack. We see what happens. You just don't know. We don't give a shit. We don't care. I'm a dub, but I'm listening and watching from Arklow. Ooh, all the way down in Arklow. Yeah, there's one or two venues I do down there. I do, yeah, Gillian, how are you? Yeah, I do. The odd time I play in, I'm not thinking the name of it now. I feel all deflated now after that. The Gallery. A friend of mine down there, Ken, owns a little pub called The Gallery, and the people down there are sound, you know. You're shared in Scotland. Scotland! Aye! We'll come over there, we'll pull off your head and shite down your neck. Aye. Scotland. Yeah. I like the accents. I need to try more. I'd have to. Well, New York. What way does Fred talk? Fred talks kind of Joe Pesci, isn't it? It's kind of like, hey, get the fuck out of here. You know, that sort of thing. That sounded a bit like that was crap. I'll try it. You know, I'm going to give that a bit of a bash. You know. You can also enter our competition for 2 World Snooker tickets for the final at Goffs on March 2021. So the link is there in the description. You can see it there. You can click on that and see if you can win. Yeah, Charlene, that was a terrible attempt, wasn't it? Of the New York thing. Now, Charlene Murphy, by the way, won a reading with Jeff. We were trying to go and video her in our house, and the time just didn't suit. Or she didn't see my message, and Jeff was available, and then Charlene didn't see the message, and then Jeff wasn't available, and then it kind of got like that. But we're still going to do that with Charlene. Whether we video it or not, I'd like to, because I'd like to do that. And then as I said, my mum's house, right, is a spooky place, right? When you go in, there's some shit going on. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something going down there, you know what I mean? I'm not quite sure. And it has that kind of feel about it, you know? So, yeah. So we're gonna video. Jeff said he's gonna come down, and we're gonna go down and see. And he said he has voice recorders. I have a voice recorder. I'll bring you in. Mine's of a really good one. And this would pick up a wasp farting in New York. It's that good. You know what I mean? It's really good. So I'll bring it with me and see, do we hear any voices? Not that I want to hear any. I don't want to hear shit. No. I could wait outside. Yeah. Maybe. I'd probably wait outside. Anyway, yeah. No, we'll probably go in with Jeff. Yeah, we go in and we'll just have we'll have a banter and see what's going on. So I'll just have to clear the time with Jeff and me mum. I really want to do that. I want to do that soon. I want to do that really soon. Yeah, soon. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. I really want to do that soon. Charlene Murphy says she can't wait to see the video of me mum's. Very interesting. Now, my mum's house looks ordinary, so don't be expecting to see the Amityville house or horrors or anything like that. But then again, anything can happen, because whatever's there is there a long time. Because we moved in as I was brought up there. Obviously, my mum is still in the same house that we've been in. Well, since I was about, I don't know, we could have got there when I was 3 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. And we've been in that house, and I've heard some shit that goes on in there, like, and some stuff in there. My mum's always been, especially if guests stay, whoever the spooky wookie is doesn't like guests. No, big time. And we've had guests leave the house like at speed, and I'm not even messing. They'd stay in the spare room and they'd wake up probably in the air or getting dragged around the place or something. So they'd say. We never seen it, but mind you, I've seen a couple of just weird kind of, and a lot of noises and stuff like that going on, and there's no one around. The big thing that happened to me one night was this massive noise. It was like somebody dropped a mini out of the attic onto the floor in my bedroom. It was that big. It was massive. So yeah, we'll have to do that, yeah. But anyway, this is not getting my guests on the show, is it? I need to get my guests on the show. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Willie White on the show. Yeah, big time. Hopefully we can get him on board and have a bit of laugh. That's what we all need. We all need an old chuckle, you know yourself. It can't be just all doom and gloom and bored and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we're going to see if we can get Willie on the show. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Now. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now. Ah, yes, he's on a Galaxy S9. He's tuning in. He's cranking it up there. Yes, come on in, Willie. He's coming in. We're coming in, Willie. Yes, we're going to see if we can get him on board there now. He's tuning in. He's trying to get us. You know the way you have to accept all these things on the. Ah, there we are. How's it going, Willie? Let me see. You'll probably have to click on your microphone there to let us in. There we go. Da, 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 da. Have you got us there, Willie? You can probably hear me. You can hear me, can you? I can't hear you. You just have to click on your microphone, probably. You got me there, Willie? We have Willie. He's there. He's just trying. He's sussing out his phone here at the moment. The old Galaxy S9. He's how's it going, Willie? Just you can turn on your vid or turn on your sound. There we go.
Hello.
There you are.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Oh, I'm great, Willie. I'm just going to turn you on to hang on a second. Yeah, there we go. This happened to me yesterday. Hang on a sec, Willie. Oh. Don't ask me how that happened yet. That happened to me yesterday as well. A glitch in my software. How's it going, Willie? You're very welcome on board.
Good, yeah. I love the studio.
Oh, thanks very much. You must come over and do a bit of recording.
I'm actually not a bad singer, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
I'm only over in Finglas here, that's all. Just a little place I bashed up with a few pallets.
Jesus, it looks great.
So anyway, thanks very much. So how are things with you, Willie?
Good, yeah, everything's all right, yeah. Back and walk and all that, like, so yeah.
Back and walk. Are you waiting to go back to the comedy clubs?
Yeah, well, I'm booked for the Laughter Lounge for August, so it's starting.
Is it gonna?
Good about a wedding, so it's starting. Thank God.
So it's looking like it's going to go ahead in August, is it, Willie?
Yeah, well, the first two shows are sold out.
The
opening night is sold out. Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. You know, brilliant. You're at a long time. When did you start? In around, was it 11 or 12? Was it? Or was it going back further?
No, geez, before that, it would be probably about 8 or 9.
I can only see
2008.
You can only see half your face.
No, you hand over the camera. Look.
You're trying to balance it, are you? You should have bit of blue tack. Stick it on there.
You seem well organised and well set up.
But yeah, I've been doing this doing it a little while. Just only a small while, but you know, that's all. Just
Are you in a band, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a singer. Yeah, that's normally what I do. Yeah, I'm normally a singer for a living. That's what I've been doing for the last 30 years. I've been doing. I played all the Olympia. I've done all the Olympia, Cork Opera House. Played in all the big theatres. Doing the Magic of Michael Jackson. I used to be a Michael Jackson. Well, I kind of still am, but I haven't done it in so long. Since this COVID thing, I've even gone. This is my second beard. I shaved one off and I grew this back 2 weeks ago. I swear to God, I can grow a beard in 2 weeks.
I was meant to be away doing a play as well, and that hasn't happened either. You know.
Yeah. It'll come back around, but hopefully the Laughter Lounge goes ahead for you, and we can. Yourself and Steve will you'll probably catch us in there. You know, having an old.
Yeah, which is on the guest list. The play that I done was an award-winning play. It was we won the Irish Times Best Production of the Year award out of 800 plays, you know?
Yeah.
So, it was really good. We were meant to go to Australia and we were meant to be at a theatre festival in Paris, but come here, none of it happened. No, but it'll come around. What do you normally you obviously work at something else during the day or something like that, do you? I actually work for a fella from Finglas, Joe Draper. I work I'm a scaffolder.
Oh, right, okay. Joe Draper, that rings a bell. That name rings a bell, yeah. Well,
lives up beside the Willows pub there.
Yeah. I know loads of the lads from up around in the Willows. I used to work with loads of them there, and I know loads of them from the Willows. Just hang around down there. I used to drink there all the time. Remember the Fingal?
I do, yeah.
Jesus, the Fingal. Yeah, I'm still in Finglas. Yeah, I'm still in Finglas as well, you know. But I had there's a fella I used to go and see every Friday. It was every Friday. I don't know if you remember him, and I loved him, but he had ill health then. His name was Concy O'Brien.
No.
Oh, he was absolutely. He's one of the best comedians ever. He was just,
Go away.
he was fantastic. He was a singer in the band, but he was the front man, and he done more talking and gabbing than he did singing. And he was to me. Now, excuse the French people, but he was a fucking legend. He was
Right.
absolutely fan. If something new came out in the news, Willie, right, he was on it. That night he had a gag for it straight away. He was brilliant at what he done, and he came in.
What was the band he was in?
Let me think the name of the band. I swear to God, he had. Do you know what I loved about the band, really? The great thing about them, right? They drove this Volkswagen, right? An orange Volkswagen. You know the old Volkswagen vans, the Beetle van.
Yeah.
You know that they had an orange one of them, right? And underneath the floor there was no bleeding floor. There was just the pedals looked like they were floating. Right,
Yeah,
so
joking.
I'm not even messing, right? So all the gear like was probably from the 60s. So all their amps and all their microphones all had valves. Yeah, they all had valves in them. I'm not even messing, right? They had valves in them. They used to play. Do you remember the Norway House? It used to be in Finglas.
Yeah.
He used to play there, and I swear to God, it was the best. He used to bring his gag was it was his own thing. He used to bring in a suitcase, right? And it was full of every bit of crap that he could find. Like it could be he had a yeah. So he had sponges, tights, fucking a mannequin's leg, a bear, fucking he'd everything just thrown into this suitcase, right? And he'd open her up on the night, and he'd just go rummaging around. He'd pull one of them out and start a gag. You know what I mean? Just out of the blue, and you wouldn't know what he was going to come out with every week. He was brilliant.
Isn't that proper entertainment? Like?
I swear to God, what I'd give to go back to it, like it was like you would have just loved it. I
love it, but it's just. Do you know who he reminds me of? And I've got to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And he's actually a really good mate of mine. He sounds exactly like Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, yeah.
Jason Bourne went into the Laughter Lounge one night and found a bowl of pop puree in the dressing room, and he went out and done a half an hour about pop puree, and the whole place was drinking its tears laughing. Just completely off the cuff.
Yeah. So I remember the first time I met this guy walking in, and he says to me, my ma was walking in. My ma's a gas character. She's 74. I swear to God, she goes on like she's bleeding 20. And we walked in, and he goes, Jesus, my ma's name is Rose. He puts his arm around her, goes, how are you, Rose? They knew each other from Carberry. He says, remember me and you used to go around the back of the bike sheds? And he goes, my ma started laughing. She goes, you fuck up, you, she says, you know. That sort of banter, you know what I mean? He come out with that, you wouldn't know what he was going to say. And he was absolutely brilliant. I love comics like that, you know what I mean? And can
you go to the name of the band again?
No, the band. Well, he was Concy O'Brien. I'm trying to think of the name of the band. And the drummer, right, had big bottle end glasses, right? And he used to sing Sherry Baby. My God, he could hit the notes big time. Honestly, God,
that's a big thing.
Fuck yeah, Concy, the guy on the front guy used to sing a whole lot of Rosie, you know, from Guns from ACD, a whole lot of Rose. That's what he used to do. Concy himself up the front. They were fucking brilliant, you know. Does anyone know the name of that band? Can anyone remember the name of the band? Hopefully we get one of them on can remember the name of the band. But I swear, I'm trying to think of the name of them.
You know, a band in English used to be called Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
Yeah. Ken Bourke, Aaron Garvey, and Mark. What was Mark's name? He lived on the old North Road there. He's actually a great singer.
No.
He lived up by the police station there. You know where the police station is in things? It's the old police station.
Did they do any gigs?
Yeah, they did a few gigs, yeah. They were called Mockingbird, yeah. I'm trying to fucking. Do you know who was the drummer is actually the brother of the old bass player of Aslan, believe it or not.
Right, okay.
The old bass player from Aslan is a guy called Tony Guinness.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of the. I'd be a good mate of Tony's, like, you know. Now, I know Christy and the rest of them. I was actually in their first music video, Aslan's first music video, believe it or not.
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, it was only a kid. Jeez, I remember Aslan when they formed. They were a brilliant band.
They were brilliant. Everyone, they were making it big, and they were kind of like the local U2. They were huge. and then he got bigger and bigger, and then it just fell apart. I was at the reunion. I was at the reunion down in Janelle when a guy called Joe McGuinness got them back together for a reunion gig.
I'm doing MC for I done MC for Mockingbird that day.
Did you? They were on. Yeah. They were on down Janelle.
You were on the back of a 40-foot lorry.
That's right. Yeah, were you down there? Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that day. Yeah.
It was probably you without me bleeding Mars bar, was it? Yeah.
I wouldn't have robbed that mixing desk in anyway.
That's it. But do you know what? Do you know what was brilliant? No, it was bleeding, lashing out that day, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was lashing out, but everyone, there was just umbrellas and people didn't give a shit. You just wanted to see Aslan back together again, and it went down, and from that then it just rocked on. You know, it was great. It was great. You know, so.
Yeah. Where's the rest of these that's meant to be at this bleeding meeting?
What?
Where's the rest of them that's meant to be at the meeting?
On the show here?
Yeah, on the meeting here.
Well, we have, I don't know, who else have we got joining us? Did Steve tell you a big lie and tell you we're going to be joined by everyone, did he?
No, he just said it was a Zoom meeting, but is it just me and you?
It's just me and you, yeah, and then like everyone else is in the text here. They're all texting as we go along. I'll go in and I'll tell you what that's saying here, Willie, right? They're all texting live. They're all texting live on the show. Hey you Willie, that's Tina McFadden Downer. She's saying hello to you. Trish Davis, great show. Sharon Faye, she's saying what she's saying to us. The Fingal, that was going back a bit in time back in the day. The Flintstones, Van and Doyle was saying about that. Let me see. Did Willie ever gig with Eric Lawler?
Yeah, loads.
Did you?
Eric's a good mate of mine.
Right, that's from Davy Cow. Davy Cow says hello. Everyone knows bleeding Davy Cow.
Yeah. Willie White says good night. I did with Eric a good few times, yeah.
Right, okay.
Eric had started off with me in Join the Hood, you know.
Yeah.
On the Des Bishop show many a moon ago, yeah. So we keep in regular contact with Eric. I was actually only speaking to him about a week ago. He's in good form, you know.
Is that where you kind of your career cracked off from doing that show? Just kind of.
Yeah, that's where it all started. Yeah, it all started from that.
Bernie Conway says hello, Willie. Or Willa.
I know Bernie very well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all listening to you, Willie. That's from Ann Doyle. Lorraine Brazel is saying a great show. Matthew Mooney, lads, do you remember the Brilliant Trees? Of course we bleeding do. They were great. The Brilliant Trees. Do you remember them, Willie? Yeah.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
The Brilliant Trees. Yeah, I actually know Alan from she says I bumped into him in the shops more times than anything. I'd meet him in Duns all the time, you know what I mean? I actually had him in the studio here. We were going over a couple of songs. He's very Morrissey kind of driven.
Yeah. What about the D11 runners?
Jeez, they used to live around the back of. I'm from Capure, right? So they used to live around the back of my house. So Jesus, I used to be looking at Sandra. Remember Sandra, one of the lads' girlfriends? And I painted on Jane. She was gorgeous. I was only a young man then. Jesus. And then Angelina Ball from The Commitment. She used to hang around with them as well. And Jesus, I think they painted on their bleeding jeans. It was great.
They wouldn't be buying the GHD hairstyle.
Well, Sandra had the real tight kind of. She had the real tight hair, lovely hairdo, kind of, you know, nice. And then Angelina had the long blonde hair, you know, looking. Yeah. So like the D11 runners now were brilliant. I used to know Joe. He since passed away. Yeah, he was brilliant as well. The Twins and stuff like that. They were a great band. You know, a great name for the band as well. It was brilliant. Yeah. Who else we got? Matthew Mooney, D11 runners, for fuck's sake. That's what he's saying there. You know, they're only start. Yeah, the D11 runners. Who else, you know, like from obviously, like, you know, from Ballymun and Finglas and stuff like that. And do you remember there used to be a priest? What was his name? Oh, what was the name of the band? The front man was a priest, but he was a rocker. He was
a big rocker.
Yeah, remember him with the long hair and he had all the stuff. He was actually a priest. That was.
Yeah.
It was just, I used to
I
get
can't think of his name. I know the fella you're on about. I know the exact.
yeah, and we got down to. I used to see them. I seen them in the Royal Oak, and he used to stand on all the bleeding tables and fucking give it lolly. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah.
Fella,
Father Fran. Debbie Boone is saying Father Fran. That's right, isn't it? Remember that? Yeah, Debbie Boone.
Yeah.
Fair play to Debbie for remembering that. Yeah.
His second name was Siskin, wouldn't it?
As what?
His second name was Siskin.
I don't bleed now. Franciscan, yeah. I don't actually, yeah. He probably was, yeah. I don't. But I'm not. I used to go and see them. Who else do you remember playing down in around there? Jacob's Ladder. They were great.
Yeah. There was some great bands.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
I actually went to school with Glenn Hansard.
Oh, Glenn, yeah. Is his a lot of people don't know his favourite hotspot that he loves dropping into, especially on the Mondays, because his actual manager gigs there on the Monday. Glenn's manager is the Straw Hall, Strawberry Beds. So my brother Kevin drinks down there kind of a lot. And especially on the Mondays, to go down, there's just the band in the corner, just sitting down. You can't even speak when they're on. You know, it's just all sitting in the corner. Everyone has to shush up, and that's where Glenn. That's where he loves to go. And a few times we've been down there, and he brings some major heads into the. Just walk into that little pub in the middle of nowhere, just in between Lucan and the back gate of Yeah, so Glenn.
His brother was in a band called Papa Hobos. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that's what's his other? What's his name is? I'm trying to think of his name. Yeah, he's on the gigging scene in the pub scene. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of his name. It's Gary. Is it Gary? Gary.
Yeah, it is Gary.
Yeah, Gary Hansard. Yeah. Let me see. What's this? Only seen him a few months ago. He sells charity tickets outside Super Value. Who does? Father Fran. That's Debbie Bourne. Does he really? Jeez, we have to get him back in his letters. Big time. Fucking hell. No, we can't have that. We want to. Jesus, the rock and roll. Who's your favourite comedian? Do you know who used to be my favourite comedian? Just before you tell me yours. I used to love watching. Imagine that. I can't think of his name. Imagine that. Because Bernie Mac. Sorry, yeah. Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Bernie Mac was great.
I used to love it.
I have to say, I've been fortunate enough to gig with great comedians and see great comedians over the years. My favourite comedian outside this country, I have to say, and I was only watching him yesterday, I was only showing the lads him, and he gigged over here about 12 years ago, and I got the support slot room for 5 nights, right? And the biggest crowd we got was 39 people, right? In a club called the Chocolate Club in Carlow, right?
The Chocolate Club.
No, I didn't even know there was 39 people in Carlow, right? But apparently there was, right?
They've already got a bus down.
Yeah, he's a Welsh guy called Rod Gilbert.
Rod Gilbert. Yeah,
now, come here, before literally the week that the day that the pandemic broke, that we were going into lockdown.
Yeah.
It was his quickest trip ever to Dublin. He was playing the Olympia that night. Right. And he literally flew into Dublin and got on a plane and flew straight back home.
Wow.
Everything had locked down. But I'm telling you, if there's anyone watching the show, go on to YouTube and put in Rod Gilbert, R-H-O-D, Gilbert Luggage. Rod. It's one of the funniest pieces of comedy you'll ever see in your life. The man is amazing.
Is that the one where he just has to handle off a suitcase?
That's him.
Yeah. That's a brilliant. And he's talking about being in Dublin. Yeah, I was saying that. What
Rod would be a good mate of mine.
Yeah.
Always, do you know what? He come over here and he got stood up with a guy that was looking after him, and he ended up coming up to Whitehall with me to my ex-partner's mum's house, and we gave him a bit of dinner and he had a shower and that. We done a gig in the Spirit Store in Dundalk that night.
Right.
And he's always stayed in touch, and he's been a great fella. So he'd be my favourite comedian outside the country. And I have to say, pound for comedy, it has to be Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, yeah. Well, he goes on.
Yeah.
He goes on every night. Now, I was on Ireland's Got Talent doing the mini pops. You know, the little Michael Jackson, the little Ed Sheeran, and the little Elvis. That was me on Ireland's Got Talent, and he was one of the judges. Now I've asked him to come on this show once or twice, and now and again he says hello. And there's other days he just says feck off, and he won't come on. I'll tell him when he's trying to say I'm going to smash his bleeding glasses. He goes on every day with his wig doing his exercise. I said, surely you can come on and talk on the bleeding show for 10 minutes. But Jesus sake, you know, I don't understand.
I'll say it to him.
Yeah, say it to him. I've texted him once or twice, asked him, look, we're only having a bleeding banter for Jays. We're not asking you to give us your 2 legs and your arms. Well, you can if you want. What we're going to do with them, I don't fucking know.
Come here, I'll tell you one thing. He's plenty of time in his hands at the moment because he was meant to, like a lot of big artists, big plans this year. Nothing has happened for them.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's in the same boat, but it's going to start coming around unless there's another big wave, and then we're all fucking banjaxed again. You know, we don't want that to happen. No way. No. Now I'm trying to think. One of my other favourite. Now I've seen Billy Connolly. I thought was incredible. I went to see him. I think my first gig I went to see him was at '88 in the Olympia. I was absolutely delighted to see him. I've seen him about 3 or 4 times. He would have been one of my favourites. Do you know who else was brilliant in the Olympia? Remember Jasper Carey?
I do, yeah.
He's brilliant. He's a legend, you know. And I went to see him a couple.
Still Fox.
Brilliant. I had him on the show a couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago. He was on the show, and
I done a gig in Talent years ago, and he was in the audience. And my father got me good to him. Loved him. He always liked him, you know.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I seen him after the show, and he come over to me. He says, "Do you know what?" He says, "I really enjoyed your set." He says, "I thought you were brilliant." I says, "You know what? That's a lovely compliment coming from you." I says, "My father, you know, loves you, thinks you're brilliant." Like,
yeah.
I says, "Have you been busy yourself? You know?"
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I'm doing a lot of television work, you know." He says, "I'm putting sky dishes up outside houses." But I tell you, do you know what? So, and I was going, like, you know, thinking, he must be doing a lot of stuff. When he dropped the sky dishes, I just couldn't stop.
He came out with a good one there when I had him on the show. He says, "Oh, how are you, Anto?" He said, I'm at doing about 7 walks around the block. He said, before they came on. He said, "I have a cement block out the back." He said, "I'm at walking around it 7 times before they came on." I love those stupid gags. Do you know what? I have to say, one of the things I like is fucking crap jokes, and they did that brilliant, you know.
Yeah.
A little kid came into me house one day, and she says, "My sister's had to breaking her ankle." And she says, "How? What happened?" She says she was tap dancing and she fell off the tap. I said, "You little," you know the way kids come out with this crap, you know. Fucking yeah, I like stupid jokes like that, you know, ridiculous stuff, you know, and there's some great gags. But anyway, Sharon Faye is saying Lee Evans. Do you know what? I used to like Lee Evans, but he'd want to wrap himself in bandages. He sweats like Jesus. He'd be in bits, like the sweat would be hurting. I know it's nervous sweat though, because you know, especially when you go out to an audience, you're playing Wembley Stadium. You know what I mean?
Probably just thinking about all the money that's gone into the bank, and that's.
I have to say, now if you Willie, if you walked out onto the stage in Wembley, would you have brown stockings or would you love it?
Oh, I would love it.
You'd love it.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, that would be that'd be a bleeding dream come true. Yeah.
Yeah. So the bigger the audience,
the crowd I played in front of was 4,000 people. And that was in the Marquee in Cork.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, I'd love to do something like that. Jesus, but it's very, very hard to play a room of that size, you know.
Yeah. But hopefully, yeah, exactly, yeah. Especially, trying to keep everyone like get to. It must be hard work, especially being a comedian, to try and getting everyone on board, involved in that. You know what I mean? Like just getting thousands of people. But once you get everyone zoned in, you're on the pig's back, you know what I mean? Won't you?
Yeah.
So,
I done a gig with Jason Manford years ago up in Belfast.
Yeah.
It was about 6 years ago, and the same thing, and it's a big tent, and it's a marquee, and it's very, very hard to kind of, you know, to walk a room like that. Now, come here, I got by and I done all right, and I got the few quid and that. But I mean, it's sometimes you gotta be really on your game for stuff like that, you know, because they just feed off how you feel and you know what you're saying and how you're talking, and you know, I just find that if you smile and relax, people will smile and relax with you, like, you know.
Yeah.
So you can't scream like.
They'll chill out eventually. I know you got great response with the when you were doing the like a best man wedding. You were doing one on a video there, and I know that went viral for you.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was recorded, to tell you the God's honest truth. Someone recorded that at the wedding, and I was in London over the weekend, and my daughter called me and says, "Dad, there's something on Facebook." I'm not on Facebook, so I wouldn't see it, like, you know.
Right, okay.
She said, "Oh, it's got 25,000 views." I think at the moment that has probably over 1 million views at the minute.
That's brilliant, yeah.
But I've got a lot of wedding walk over, so I'm glad for it, you know.
Yeah.
But they're looking at euro for every time it was watched.
Be great, wouldn't it? Matthew Mooney is saying, will you stick him on the guest list next time he's on the show, next time on the list for your next show? Matthew Mooney.
Tell him to come in with all his mates. I'll stick every one of them on, yeah, and anyone else that wants to get on. Come here, I walk in the clean laughter lounge. I don't own it.
Well, do you know what? Myself and Stevie, we're definitely going to make it our business to go in, Stevie Carroll, and we're going to come in, check it out. We'll probably have a few points with you in there.
Not a bother, yeah.
I actually look forward to it, you know. But well, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and probably let you have your drink and whatever it is, and chill out. I actually have me Jameson whiskey here. I bring it on the show every night.
Lovely stuff.
It certainly is. I agree with you there, totally. Definitely. But look, I look forward to meeting you in the flesh. Myself and Steve will definitely make our way into the Laughter Lounge. And
thanks for having us on. I really appreciate it, man.
No, I really appreciate you coming on. Thanks very, very much. I had a great bit of banter with you, and you know, hopefully your shows go ahead in August. And you know what, I'll do my best to be there, and I promise you that. Listen, thanks very much.
Bye. All
right, cheers. Talk to you soon. See you then. Bye. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, a good bit of banter. Willie on the show there, just having a bit of banter with us. I'm delighted he came on, and he's chilled out. He's just in the house there, relaxing, and he's chilling out, watching the TV and whatever he's getting up to. Yeah, so I enjoyed talking to Willie, and I wish him the very best in what's what he has coming up in the rest of his what's coming up. Willie, stop messing. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I really look forward to going in. We'll definitely catch him live and in the Laughter Lounge, and I will definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, myself and Stevie will definitely make our way in there. And go in and check him out, and we'll have a few bevies and a bit of laugh in there. And why not? Who is the best comedian you ever got to see? You know, who was your favourite comedian? And now coming up in a minute, we're going to have Fred Rubino, all the way from New York. He's going to be coming on the show. I don't know if I can do a New York accent because I haven't tried it. It's a Joe Pesci thing, isn't it? Are you talking to me? No, that's not it. Sure, it's not. No, I'm not getting it. I'm not good at this. Good fella, does a great show. Very funny, says Bernie Conway. Yeah, well, do you know what? Some of the stuff he's had up there on the YouTube and stuff like that, there's loads of stuff that he has on there. Let me see. I don't know if there's... I didn't line them all up. I had one or two lined up there, but yeah, he does. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out. He has loads of stuff on there on YouTube, Willie White, and check him out in the Laughter Lounge as well in August. He's booked in for 2 shows in August, so check that out as well. I went to 5 comedy clubs when I was in New York. I was only there for 5. No, sorry, I went to 3 comedy clubs. I was there for 5 days. And I went to the comedy clubs, and they have no filter. No filter whatsoever. They didn't care if you were black, white, Irish, Chinese, Malaysian. They didn't care. They didn't care what you thought. If you go to a comedy club in New York, and if you can't take a slagging, as a funny, like, remember years ago, the old jokes, you can't tell them anymore because people get so upset. Why do you get so, up in arms all the time? Because how are you supposed to make a joke? You know what I mean? If you can't have it the way you wanted it back then. Let me see. I just wanted to see sometimes all I need is the air. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Okay. All right. So now I'm back on the land of the living there now, and we're looking forward to getting. Yeah. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, in the some of the clubs over New York with the no filter and people slagging off different cultures and stuff like that. That's kind of what the gag used to be. You know what I mean? And I used to like that old school kind of thing, but that's gone now. You can't exactly have that sort of you can't have the Jim Davis, and you can't even have Benny Hill anymore, because everyone sees everything as racist now, like, and like that's what the jokes were kind of made up of, where you were from, like if you were Chinese or if you were Irish or English and Indian and stuff like that. That's how the jokes were made back then, you know what I mean? And the old jokes were, nobody got hurt, you know what I mean? I mean, there used to be the old jokes with, Paddy Englishman, Paddy Scottman, all that, going back years ago. And, if the English was telling the joke with Paddy Englishman, Paddy Irish and Paddy Scottman, the Irishman always got the bad end of the stick. If the Irish was telling the joke, the Englishman got the bad end of the stick. Everyone knew the kind of the banter and the goings on with it, you know what I mean? But like that's what jokes were, funny, But the old school stuff is definitely like that sort of stuff gone. Them type of jokes, you know what I mean? It's not the same anymore, Even if you tell a joke about like if you see some of the comedians now, like, they have to be so careful in what they say. Like, even if you're slagging somebody, say somebody was sick, like, you can't slag, well, not slag, joke. You can't joke about illnesses like Alzheimer's or cancers or, none of those things. But yeah, like, everyone's, we're gonna die from something, you know what I mean? And I know when you have somebody say sick from a certain illness, you're gonna go, oh, that's not right, you know what I mean? But it's only just banter, you know what I mean? I just see it as fun, you know what I mean? Like, they're just making up, just that's how jokes are made, How else are you supposed? People laugh at serious stuff. We're looking for you to go on to the Walker Talker Chat Show page, and we want you we're looking for 12 followers. 12 more people to follow our show. That's all we need to reach 2,000 followers. That's all we need. So we want you to go onto the Walker Talker Chat Show. You can like the page if you haven't already liked the page. If you're watching this from, I don't know what platform, a friend's page or something like that, you could be watching it from my personal page, which I shared it too, so you can see it. So if you're not friends of the Walker Talker Chat Show, type in the Walker Talker Chat Show. Go on there, like it or follow it. We need 12 more followers to reach 2,000 followers. Can we do it tonight? Of course we can. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, I'm looking forward to getting Fred Rubino on. He's from New York, I'm going to get the accent. He's from New York, Brooklyn. What made me say that? I kind of got the... What was going on there? Brooklyn? I don't know. It's kind of got the Jonathan Rosses there, kind of. Except we got the yeah, just went wrong, didn't it? What should our next show be? Yes, that's a good one. So far, we've had a mental health night, Italy 90, a Mr. Grey night. So please let us know what type of night would you like us to have on the show. Now, we did have a Mr. Grey night, And I thought people would have came on a little bit more and told us some of the jokes. No, I have this, and not jokes, some of the stuff that we've had on. Some of the people, some of the people that we had on the show that night. You know, the stories. We only had 2 or 3 people on, but we needed more people to come on and have the banter. You know what I mean? On the Mr. Grey night, I actually thought we would have had more, but loads of people. We wanted to know how do you get into these things? We said we'll bring it up because people give us different things that they wanted us to bring. One of them was mediums. A long time ago, we ended up having Jeff Keaton on every Tuesday, and that just took off. And a lot of people tune in and get readings of him live every Tuesday night here on the show. Now the show runs Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10. Okay. At the moment, so you can always come on and check us out 8 to 10. But what loads of people are doing as well, they tell me, because they'd say if I can't get to the show that night, I go back onto your page and I replay it on my TV. And there's 1 or 2 fellas I know would listen to it on their headphones in work. And there's another guy who does deliveries. He's a delivery driver, and when he's driving along, he basically Bluetooths it over to his radio and he listens to the show rather than so much watch it. You know, even though it'd be on his Facebook, he just puts it down beside his handbrake or whatever it is and doesn't watch the show, but he listens to it. So that's what he does. So loads of people check the show out like that. Now myself and Stevie Carroll, what we're trying to run a pilot show. A TV version. All right, we're going to do a pilot version of it. We're looking for a studio at the moment, so we're just looking even to borrow one, just to put together the night as a pilot show to show something that what the show could possibly look like if we were to do it. We could film it throughout the week and then put it out probably on a Friday night, and we go head and head of the Late Late Show and take over the world. Suppose that's never going to happen, is it really? Anyway, yeah, no, something like that. We wanted to put it out and just see what we could do to see what it would be like if you could see us in the flesh. No, not in the flesh, so to speak, but in walking, kind of, rather than sitting down. That sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a Graham Norton Late Late kind of show, with a kind of a little bit different. Yeah, you could start the show off with a song. Like, remember the Des O'Connor? Remember that, the Des O'Connor show? He come out singing a tune or he finish with a song. You could do it the opposite way around. Do that sort of thing, you know what I mean? Start it like that, you know? Yeah, why not? Do something a little bit different. A little bit, you know? Reply to the Walker Talker Chat Show. Shared it. Yeah, shared it. Invite sent out to the Walker Talker page. Yes, Jane Bates, you're very good. You never know. We might get our 12 followers. We might get 12 followers by the end of the night, and we might reach our 2,000. Stevie Carroll is going to tell us, who is a co-producer on the show tonight and every other night, and he's going to tell us if we reach the 2,000. He'll tell us if we reached it. 12 more people, 12 more followers, that's all we need. Now the show is only a baby. If you think about it, we've only been on just inside of 4 months, but we've been on every night since, I think it was May, I think. Yeah, every night, 8 to 10. Well, I was actually doing sometimes 3 hours. It was just kind of a bit bonkers. Now it's 8 to 10. I try and keep it. Start bang on 8. I try to start bang on 8. Just be thereabouts, maybe a minute involved in it. And and all your listeners could go on into the studio. Maria Butler saying that would be a great idea, Marie. Yeah, that would be a great idea. We can invite all the listeners from the show. We'll bring them on. We bring them on onto the set if we can get the set. We're checking out. We've been talking to 1 or 2 people with different studios, and we could bring people into have a live audience with us on the night and see how it goes. So yeah, that's what we could do. We could check it out and see how it rocks and see if people enjoy it that way. And we could, if it was the sort of thing that would work, we could do it every week. You know what I mean? It'd take us a couple of days to put it together and then edit it and then put it out live on a Friday or whatever night it is. I don't know. Then people can watch it live on either YouTube or Facebook or loads more platforms. We can actually go to more platforms. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, it's just Anthony Walker, or just go to the Walker Talker Chat Show live. It'll bring you to my page, and you could just subscribe there on YouTube. Yeah, you can subscribe there. And don't forget to go down. You can share this on your page and everyone can get to see it then. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I'll just lower this down a little bit. Here it is. Yeah, so all the people can go and share it, and then all your friends be able to see and jump on board and enjoy all the guests that are coming on. Now, I'm really looking forward to talking to Fred Rubino, and I'll just show you something that he does just before we get him on. I'm excited about getting him. He's all the way over in New York. Come on, guys. Come on. Yeah, we're going to get him on. Yeah. Let me see. Hang on. I'm going to go in and I'm going to root out his one of his videos. He does kind of a food thing as well, where he goes on talking about food and what you shouldn't eat, what you should do, all that sort of stuff. Okay, here we go. We go in. He's talking about Chinese food here. We go in. We get him on board.
Rubino here, deep in my basement in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. We had a little get together with the neighbors, and one of the neighbors tells me, "Isn't Chinese food much better than Italian food?" What are you, a fucking moron? How could you compare the two foods? How could you compare it? Chinese food's the same shit. They throw it in a wok, and the guy just does fucking this with everything. If this is the way you cook your food, you know it sucks. There's no skill. The fuck out of here. And you know what? You know how it sucks because they'll do anything for you to buy that fucking food. Because they know it sucks. They got to give you the whole fucking store. Go call up for $6 worth of Chinese food. They throw in a thing of rice, an egg roll, a free soda, chopsticks, every fucking thing in the store. They got to bribe you to eat this shit. And then they give you 20 packets of sauce. Duck sauce, hot sauce, soy sauce, fucking, who the fuck knows, zombie sauce. I don't know what the fuck they do. Now you gotta make it all, you gotta add every fucking thing because it tastes like shit. Call the fucking Italian restaurant. Order a chicken parm, order 2 or 3. You know what comes with it? Nothing. You're lucky you get a napkin. I asked the guy for napkins. He goes, "Oh, you got napkins in your house? What are you, an animal?" I'm like, all right. They don't throw in olive oil and fucking Parmesan cheese. They give you this. They give you rats. The fuck out of here. Chinese food better than Italian food? Get the fuck out of here. Go to fredrubino.net. See where I'm playing next. And I'll talk to you later. Italian food is the fucking best. Like the wow.
Yeah. So that's we're just gonna get him on. We're gonna get him on board here. We have Fred coming on to us now. Oh yeah, legend, absolute legend. Yeah. How's it going?
How are you, Mr. Walker?
I'm very good, Fred. How are you, buddy? We just have to,
good. I'm glad I could
stick on your video. Stick on your video there and we get you on. Yeah, we can hear you though.
I got a bad storm here in Florida, so I'm glad this is going through.
All right. Have you got can you turn on your camera, yeah?
I thought my camera was on.
No, it's not on. Just click on it. We get it rolling. There we go.
Now you want me to turn it off again.
Hang on, I'm just going to make you visible to the rest of the world here. Hang on a second. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I'm going to make you visible to the rest of the world here. You know, the usual with technology, we just have to get everything all set up. And that's how we do it, you know. But you're very welcome. Thanks very much for coming on board. I was really looking forward to getting you on the show. I was really looking forward. I was just showing a couple of the people here on board your Chinese video about like eating Chinese food. I loved it. Brilliant. It's just I love it. You know what I mean?
Don't be too careful.
I love it because you know when I was I was in New York. Are you originally from New York?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I was over there, I went to a couple of the comedy clubs, and I was just telling people earlier on the show that in the comedy clubs there is no filter, and if you can't take it, don't go. and I loved it. I loved it because you're slagging off the Irish, you're slagging off the Italians, you're slagging off the Chinese, you're slagging off everyone in the club. And if you can't take it, hey, you know, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant, you know. And
well, the clubs have changed too lately. Now they're very hands off about racial stuff. They even tell you now, try and stay away from the racial stuff. Yeah. I said, well, now I only got 3 minutes worth of stuff then if you took out all my racial stuff.
Yeah, it's all gone. Yeah, it's where we have a, what would you call it, snowflake society now.
Yeah. But you know what? When you get a good crowd of like over 40-year-olds,
yeah,
then it's fun. It's when you get the younger people and they're like, oh, I don't know why you're talking like that. Or I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah. It probably is kind of more my style. I'll be old school. You know what I mean? I'm 50. How old are you? How old are you at this stage?
I'm 59.
59. Okay, brilliant. You look great. You look great for 59. Must be all that lovely food you're eating. The good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
Ah, do you know I fucking like you already. Yeah, me and you have got something in common already. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that's what actually keeps young people. We don't normally let people know that secret. You know what I mean? It's the whiskey and the bourbon that keeps you young. Yeah,
that's right. Never trust anybody who doesn't drink.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah.
Because they're up to something. And if you can't have a drink and have a couple of laughs, you're gonna die early.
Yeah, and we're all up for. Well, I'm up for a couple of laughs. You know what I mean? Always, all the time. And I love all the old school jokes. But as it moves on, yeah, it really is a snowflake society now, and that kind of bores me. People don't know what they're missing. You know what I mean? It used to be just brilliant. You know, brilliant.
They're making the world boring. That's what they're doing.
It is getting bored, and it's starting to turn into cardboard. You know what I mean? It's not like it used to be. You know what I mean? Do you have to be careful now? I see you doing all the different food videos and stuff like that you're doing. Do you have to be careful what you're saying, or sometimes you just go on a rant? Do you ever get any complaints and nothing like that?
Oh, I always get complaints. Every time I do something, I get somebody say, "I used to like your stuff, but now you talked about the gays, or you said something about." Alzheimer's and and I was like, listen, they're jokes.
Yeah, it's only a joke.
They report you. I get death threats. Facebook kicks me off for 30 days. Crazy.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. So the last one, I told the joke about Alzheimer's. I said I did a show for a benefit for Alzheimer's. I said. The good news is, I said, the bad news is they only paid me $100. I said, but the good news is they paid me 35 times. So.
Yeah.
And people are like, how dare you make fun of people with Alzheimer's? I said, it's a joke. I didn't even do the show.
I don't know. I was actually talking that exact thing that you just said there. I was saying that just before you came on, you can't actually you can't slag anyone with an illness anymore, like a cancer, or I actually said Alzheimer's or anything like that. You can't do that anymore, or people really, really get offended because maybe they have a family member who probably died of cancer, which who hasn't?
Somebody had cancer.
Yeah. But we can't joke about it anymore. People just find it, offensive. And okay, you get offended, you're not going to die. It's like, come on. I have a dark sense of humour. I really do. Or should I say, a very open-ended sense of humour. You could literally say anything to me, and it'll probably just bounce off me. It doesn't bother me.
As long as it's funny. If it makes me laugh, I don't care what the content is.
Yeah, it does make.
You can't tell a cancer joke, can't tell a rape joke. And some of them are funny, and some of them are offensive. You take your chances. And you say it, and then if they don't like it, okay, I took a chance,
Took a chance. Now you do what's the favorite show that people like watching? What's your highest rating one that you do?
Well, I got my cooking show. is very popular. We do like a 25-minute cooking show on Monday nights. And I just show you how to make, something quick. And I add, some humor in it, but I show people that, you can make something quickly in your house. You don't have to eat out like that. And it's become very popular. A lot of people making my recipes. I go out in the clubs and I'm doing my set, and they're like, "Oh, I loved your chicken parmesan, Joe."
Chicken, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I was watching you earlier on, and you're saying now your wife videos some of the stuff for you, doesn't she?
What's that?
Yeah, your wife videos of some of the stuff that you do, for you, yeah. And
she gives a little. She lays into me. You know what I mean?
It gives you a bit of lip. Yeah, well, hey, if you don't get that off the wife, you know what I mean? Well, then
you're not really married.
Yeah, then you're not really married. Yeah, it all comes. It's all the shit comes with it. You know what I mean? Hang on, you're making me thirsty. Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Are you drinking Jack, or what are you drinking?
It's I just bought the Apple Jack.
Apple Jack. Okay. Well, hang on.
Apple flavored Jack Daniels.
Well, hang on a second.
I'm going through the flavors, I'm
getting the whiskey into the glass here. Hang on. But I mix mine with Coke. You drink yours straight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
because it's flavored already. It's a little less. It's a little less alcohol.
I actually haven't heard of that one. Hang on a second.
They have apple. They have like Fireball, hot, like spicy.
I had the spicy one. I'm getting me mixing it with Coca-Cola. I'm a bit of a bitch when it comes to the you know yourself.
Don't forget it's 4:00 over here.
In the day or night?
In the day.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't wake you, so I thought I woke you up. So listen, do you know what? Myself and Stevie, who co-produces this show, we things over here like myself and Stevie. Stevie's very good at promoting. He's a good promoter. And he did say to me, he said, "We'd love to have you over here in Dublin. We'd love to have you over here. We'd love to bring you."
I would love to come there and do something.
We would love to have you here. You know what I mean? In the comedy club or the Laughter Lounge and stuff like that. You'd go down a treat. They'd love you. They'd love you over here.
I've got to make sure I don't tell Irish jokes.
No, you have to tell them. The Irish will eat that. No, the Irish don't give a shit. That's the thing about Irish. You can tell Irish jokes, they don't give a shit. Now, honestly, they're all on here. Listen, folks, I'm looking at all the text here, right? They're all texting me as we speak. I'm going to ask them a question, right? If he tells an Irish joke, would you give a shit? Just put it in the feed if you give a shit. You know what I mean? Would you give a shit if he told an Irish joke? I know. I'm lucky. I'm one of the guys. I am Irish. We wouldn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
When I used to do like bars and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like some Irish bars, and I would go up there and I'd do my set, and I would start off making fun of gays, then blacks, then Puerto Ricans, then Italians, and there would be like about 5 or 6 Irish guys at the bar laughing and slapping the table. And then I would do my Irish joke, and they would stop. They go, "Hey, that's not funny, you grease ball. Why don't you get your fucking ass out of here?" I was like, "Whoa,
you mean everyone would get offended when you slag off the Irish over there?"
Yeah.
Well, they're all saying here. Okay, I'll tell you what they're saying. Right, Patrick Hoyland say not a fuck. They wouldn't give a shit. Andrew Romano is saying no. Maria is saying no. They wouldn't care if you slagged us off. Davy Kyo, no. Ann Doyle, no. Go for it. Gillian Marie, nope. Pamela, what's it? Tampa loves Fred Rubino. Yeah. That's Pamela Bono Bomberg, is it? Bromberg. Sorry, I should need to use I need to move this over to Word so I can see it more. I always set up the text the other side of my screen. I'm a stupid idiot. Jane Bates saying, "Fuck no, tell the jokes." Charlene Murphy saying, "Not a joke is a joke is a joke. Walk away, have a laugh." They're all saying, "Yeah, have a sense of humour. The worst is the best." catty. They don't give a shit.
Can you tell your joke?
Yeah.
A lot of times, it's only like one person out of like 150 people that are offended at like one thing, and then they want to stop the show, and you're like, who gives a shit? Move on. Keep your mouth shut or leave. I don't care.
Yeah, because when I was at the comedy, club, and I went somewhere downtown and somewhere in Brooklyn, somewhere and I was a long taxi ride outside of New York, and I went down to a few people said, oh, now and again Whoopi Goldberg drops in here, just keep up our. And it's such and such drops in here from time to time. It was only a small little club, but when I went in, I mean, the comedians that were on, there was no holds barred. You know what I mean? If you were easily offended, you just wouldn't have fit in. And
you got eaten up.
Oh yeah, big time. You know, and they slagged off every nationality and every race was actually in the club, and everyone got it, everybody, including the Irish.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
Because it shows that people are open.
You just haven't. Look, come on. I mean, who's Jack the Ripper in the room? You're having a laugh. You're gonna leave going, oh, wasn't that terrible what he said? But you know, you got offended. If you got offended, okay, you got offended. You're still alive. Don't worry about it. It's fun.
And also, it's not that you went to a restaurant or you went to the diner and they insulted you. It's you walked into the comedy club.
Yeah, you
walked in knowing it's going to be comedy.
Yeah. You paid in to get fucked over, really, don't you? That's what you're paying for.
Exactly. Like McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want. I mean, when you go into a comedy club and you go out like that, I mean, that's what we want. That is what we want. We don't want. You want to get away from the norm. I mean, you hear the norm every day. Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. I don't want to hear that shit. You want to hear the other shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're like
sometimes now with comedy, especially like the liberal comics, they don't tell jokes for 20 minutes. They just start preaching about politics, about how this should be this way and things. And you're like, I don't give a shit what your politics are. Tell a funny joke.
Now, you wrote a book called The Nazi Princess.
Correct.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that? What was the book based upon?
Basically, it was about at the end of World War II in Hitler's bunker.
Yeah.
His right-hand man, Joseph Goebbels, kills himself, his wife, and his 5 kids. And they have, footage of his 5 kids laid out, that he poisoned them. The book was about that he didn't do it, that those were like doubles, and that I found one of his kids alive in New York City.
You did?
Yes.
Wow. And how did that go down in you think you'd see something like this in the news, you know what I mean? So how did that go down? How was that received, that book, or what sort of feedback did you get on it? Was it good or bad?
Well, I got very good feedback, but what happened was it never made it into the bookstores. It was only available on Amazon. And then I had like a news station call me up, and it's like an investigative show.
Yeah.
They investigate the hot news stories, and they told me to come down. They said they loved the story. They poured money into it. They were going to do a whole show on my thing.
Yeah.
And it was coming up in 2 weeks. A week before, the show got canceled.
Typical.
So I got screwed out of that. Then I got called down to a publishing company that produces movies. They were interested in making a movie out of the book. And the guy got sick, and it never happened. He got sick, and he closed the production company and went. So I was right there.
Yeah. I hate that.
And, that's life. It was an accomplishment just getting it published.
So, like, when you've been you've been out and about in all the clubs, and so I'd say, how, like, when you're getting through the corona stuff, all that, housebound and stuff, I presume the live videos that you're used to doing has kind of got you through it, really, has it? The way so you probably would have been doing more of those, more so.
Yeah, whenever I do a show, I like to do a little current events.
Right.
I have my set. I have my sets of jokes that I do.
Right.
If I'm playing somewhere like that I don't usually play, like Chicago or Minnesota, I'll do some, stuff just specific to them to open up, and on top of it, current events. So, the last show I did was in Florida, and I did a few things about looting, the riots, and about social distancing, and just because you have to address what's going on today.
Well, it's happening. It's again. I say to myself, it's if you don't say it's happening, well, then you're just lying to yourself. It's obvious. It's there. It's you stop lying to yourself. That's why I don't believe in political correctness, because you're sugarcoating over the obvious. You can't say.
Everybody was upset about the riots, and I was telling them. I said, "Did you see on TV all the rioters? They were stealing TV sets." I said, when I was a kid, my TV set was 600 pounds. It came with a record player in it. TV set when I was a kid.
My mum had a Teddy. It was so heavy, you'd have to get a fucking forklift in to get it out of sitting in. It was that heavy. Because I had a big
10 minutes to heat up.
Yeah, because I had a big valve in the back. I remember looking in as a kid, and the colour would get deeper as the valves got hotter. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. You're looking into.
Turn on the TV 20 minutes before you wanted to watch it. It was like a car. You had to warm it up.
Yeah. Of course you did. Yeah. They were the days of the buttons. You had to press and. Move the fucking or you had to tune them.
My father would slap me in the head and say, "Change the channel," and I would get up and change it.
Get over and change the fucking TV. Now you have your own. One of your pages is "Get the food out of here." Now you do that one. That's probably your most popular one, is it?
Well, actually, my fan page is the most popular, but to "Get the food out of here" is when I do the cooking shows. I put them in there. So if people say, "Oh, did you ever make this?" and I tell them, just go to that page.
Yeah.
And you can see all the other episodes. And I do good. Now I do. I'm doing like cocktail parties because I'm not performing for a while. So what it is I take 20 people. We do this. We go on Zoom.
Yeah.
And we talk one-on-one with the fans. I only take 20, so it's like a real personal, interactive thing. So I've been doing that once a week, and it's been very, very successful.
Yeah, brilliant. So people can find you. People can go on now. Do you ever find people are lazy? They won't go from one page to the other. They're too lazy to go over and like the other page. They're just lazy. They're just fucking they just won't go over. I do have to share my show. I have to share it to my personal page, and then tell them go over to our other page and like it and share it. And
forget it.
That just it's got my finger might hurt if I go and do that. You know what I mean? Fucking. It might cost me, somebody might have to share it as well off of, it's crazy.
I go through that. When I post something on YouTube, sometimes I'll post a YouTube video on my Facebook page. And people say, "Oh, what was that video you had?" I said, "Just click on it." They go, "Nah, I don't want it. I don't want to go on YouTube."
Yeah, just click on it. The link is there, and it's like it's going to.
You got to hike up a fucking mountain to get to YouTube. You just got to click the goddamn fucking thing.
Hit the fucking play button. Yeah, no, yeah. I do share stuff all the time, and they go, "Hey, click on this if you want." And people, they just they're lazy. They're just lazy. I'm constantly telling them every week, go over to the other page and just like the page or follow the show over there. Stop watching it on the other page, you lazy shit. You go over to the other one, But that's just.
Could you imagine if these people went back in time? When I was a kid, to watch like a video, a homemade video, you had to get the projector out, shut off everything, put the thing on, and it was always stored away. So it took 20 minutes just to find the fucking projector.
And then the projector was just massive, and then when you did get it down, the fucking bulb would go.
Right.
And the bulb was about 500 quid. Oh, it's not fucking. Yeah, the usual with the bulbs.
And meanwhile, the thing was like 4 hours long. You just sat there and just like, I hope I die. When is this going to be over?
Yeah. We used to think it was great. You know, we got the VHS player, and we got the new forehead where you could do slow motion. We thought we were fucking great. You know what I mean? I remember over here, my friend Derek. He's died. He died actually over in New York, or Nevada. Sorry, and he was living over there. He emigrated, and. But I remember his mum. His mum is a country woman from Kerry over here and over in Ireland. And he came home. His mum is real kind of, to be an insect like an earwig or something on the ground. She'd pick it up and she'd, now go on out, come on. She'd fuck the thing out of the garden. Like she'd treat it all. She wouldn't hurt anything, you know. She'd pick it up. She's weird that way, you know. So he comes in one day and he goes, they were living on the breadline, you know what I mean, all the time at this stage. And he comes in, he goes, Ma, he says, I'm getting one of those video recorders. He says, I'm getting it out of the RTV rentals. He says, I'm getting one of those every week. And she goes, that's grand. If you can get rid of that fucking telly. Stop. She just didn't realise you needed a fucking telly to watch it. You know what I mean? It's just...
She thought it was a whole new invention.
He just goes, Ma, he says, you're a dozy cow, he says to her. I have to say, like, it was one of those families where I probably got the most laughs in my entire life. You know what I mean? I had the most, the laughs I had. It was great fun. You know what I mean? You wouldn't...
Who knows what the next technology is going to be like? Who knows?
But it's going to be all this AI shit, isn't it? Where you're going to be going out with a blow-up doll and you plug her in and she talks to you and...
Hey, don't knock it.
Don't knock it till you try it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Doyle is saying, "Where's our Irish joke? Do you have an Irish joke that you could tell us? Go on, offend us. Go on, go for it. Do you have one?"
Well, the Irish joke, it was usually like a stand-up routine, so it wasn't like a real like joke. It was just like making fun of Irish, you know.
Yeah. We don't give a shit. Go for it.
I was telling people like in New York. When I was up on stage, I said, who's from New York? I said, if you're not from New York, I said, you're going to see some people that, you know, make you uneasy. I go, you've seen them. I said, they're sleeping in the streets. They're drunk all day. They piss themselves. You know, they think they're bums. I go, these people are called Irish people.
It's true, because... we like our drink. You know what I mean?
And I told him, I said, don't wear green. It attracts them. I said on St. Paddy's Day, I wore a green sweater. I said some big Irish guy thought I was a bottle of Heineken. He tried to pop my head off.
Yeah. The big parade and all that is big over there still, isn't it? Everyone goes.
Great parade. It's a really great parade.
Yeah, it's mad. Like how
it's one of the greatest traditions New York has.
Oh yeah, everyone really just to really get into it. Now my cousin, I have relatives in Washington, like my cousin Tommy. I have Tommy, Sean, and Colin is my three cousins and their mum, and but me cousin Tommy, he's just Irish. He'll only drink in Irish bars. He'll only go to the butchers that, you know, make the food like an Irish. You know, he's real to his roots. Like he wants to be Irish, even though he lives there all the time. You know, everything he does, he goes down the Irish street, the Irish bars. He's just Irish, man. They all know him because he's just. I think they call him Irish Tommy. You know, I mean, now here's Tommy, here's Irish Tommy. You know. And that's what he does. He's
more Irish in America than he was in Ireland.
Yeah. And when he comes over here, then he thinks he's a legend. You know what I mean? When he comes over here, yeah, this is the real deal. You know. Yeah, it's like when people come over here from America and stuff like that. They actually expect to find leprechauns, and I'm not surprised because, like, now I'm a small person, right? I'm only 5'5", right? And but our president is about 4'5", you know what I mean? And that really puts into people's mind that the leprechauns exist here in Ireland. Now he's a very intelligent man, but he's very small. And the Americans for years thought that, like, I'm not surprised that some of the cottages that we have here, the doorways, you can barely fit in. They were made really small back then, you know. So that's what we get, you know.
Listen, if I was a midget, I would dress up in Ireland as the leprechaun, and I would go to the American tourists and tell them, you know, take pictures with them. I would make money off of that.
You've driven me to drink here. Feck you anyway.
That's a listen, that's a business. You should open up a tourist place for Americans and have a few midgets in there.
What can I say to that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but we people really think leprechauns exist in Ireland, you know what I mean? That's what they really thought.
In Ireland, I would like to see a leprechaun.
Well, do you know what? At this stage, so would I. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when the Americans come out, the American people come over, like, if you kind of get that, do you want to go down the country? Do you want to visit here? Do you want to visit there? You know? But it's just, I suppose, you hear all these stories and you have to come over and see how true they are.
It's like if you went to Africa, you want to see lions and elephants.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Well, there's some things you want to see.
Of course there is, yeah. You want to go out and see a couple of rhinos and stuff. You'd be disappointed, wouldn't you, if you went over and you seen sheep or something? That's what we see over here, you know what I mean?
You didn't see one lion? No, nothing. Fuck
it. So, like, now, we want to know, like, on your next show, are you going to do show us how to cook an Irish stew or a shepherd's pie?
We don't do many, but we did on St. Patty's Day. We did corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, we did good with it, and also we had a few Irish people call in and say, you know what? I never made it like that. We're gonna try it next year. So that's the biggest accolade I could get when somebody who's Irish tells us, "Wow, I never made it like that. I'm gonna try it," because we made the cabbage sautéed instead of boiled.
Right. And what about I know there's a pub here in Dublin, but there's quite a few that do it this way. There's one called Tom Kennedy's, and I think they put a bottle of Guinness in with the stew to make a Guinness Irish stew.
Oof. Everything. They put alcohol in everything, right?
Yeah. Hey, who's complaining?
In baby food.
Yeah. What's your favorite dish to cook? What's your favorite dish to cook?
Pasta. I'm Italian. I love pasta.
All right, so that'd be your favorite dish, probably to eat as well. It just
to make, to eat.
I have to say now,
lay around in, to vomit up, anything.
Well, I went over. Do you know what? I have to say, I went over to a wedding last year over in Italy, and I have to say, I absolutely loved it. I just wanted to stay there. We were staying in this big. It's like an old. I don't know. Was the right word? Is a vineyard or something like that? It was an old. This one of these old. It had loads of old buildings, but they were all converted into rooms. And it had a farm, and it was just massively huge. And they grew all their own, and they had apple trees and stuff like that. And it was just an amazing.
Beautiful, right?
Oh, I just wanted to stay there. And then myself and my daughter stayed on. Then we went to see the Vatican, and then we done all the usual sightseeing. But then we went down. We asked the locals, where do you see? And they told us where they go away from tourists, and we went down to where they went, and the price difference in, like, if you want to get yourself a pizza or pasta, it'd only be 8, 9, 10 euros, you know what I mean, like just normal.
Right, yeah.
But
then in the places where there's tourists, it's through the roof.
Yeah, it's through the roof, yeah. And we went down there, and the food, I have to say, the food was lovely. I really, really, really wanted to go back this year, and then the COVID came in, and that was it. Because my plan was
you know what's strange about Europe? In America, like, you go to buy a house, and they go, "Oh, I got to warn you, this house is like 40, 50 years old." And my relatives come from Italy. They're like, "I'm living in a 400-year-old house. Your home is only 50 years old?" I'm like, 400? Yeah, it's been in the family forever. I'm like, holy shit.
It's falling apart at the seams. Yeah. So,
yeah, and they don't give a shit. It's 400 years old as far as we can remember. And I'm like, oh, we got to get out of here. This house is like 60 years old now. We got to... You know what's incredible? In England, I was reading, they have the place baths. There was a place in England that had a bath full of water, like a pool. It was like 1,800 years old, and it still had the water in it. It didn't leak for 1,800 years.
Yeah,
My bathtub is 3 years old and it fucking leaks.
Yeah, do you know what? I have a shower every year. I think I have to seal the fucking thing up because you get that sort of. Yeah, you're right. They made shit good back then. I want to buy a house that's old, an ancient house. Now, have you been? Now you're Italian, okay? And many times have you been to Italy?
0.
Right, and you have to go, man.
I do have to go.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? One of the things that fascinated me about Italy was I just couldn't. I can't even explain this. When you go into the Vatican, right, and it doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Okay, doesn't matter. If you go in there, you just kind of go. It's just so vast and so big and so just monumentous. You just cannot fathom in your mind how did they do this all them thousands and thousands of years ago, because the pillars are like 100 foot. Like the statues that they have probably weigh about 20 tons, so there'll be one 50 foot up, but then there's another 50 foot up above that, and you just go, how did you get that up there? It's just,
they didn't get it at IKEA, that's for sure.
Oh man, I swear to God, it's just when you go into the Vatican, it's just your head will just calculations start coming out your ears because you're just trying to figure the shit out and you just won't be able to do it. You have to.
Being the Pope is a really good job. A lot of benefits. You live in a nice place. You know, I wouldn't fuck that up. If you're the Pope, he should just not fuck that up because it's a great job.
Oh yeah, I'd have to say it was great. If you go to Italy, I think me and Steve will go with you. But we have to. Steve definitely said we'll definitely have to organise a mini tour with you when you come over. We have to get you over here. We have to have some laughs in some of the comedy clubs. You know,
that would be fantastic. An Irish Italian show.
People, I swear to God, people would just love you over here. You know, you kind of. I know. I don't know if you know you have this or not. I don't know. You kind of have that Joe Pesci kind of thing about you. That's
I call the Joe Pesci of comedy.
Yeah, because it's there, you know. I mean, it's because you're from there, you know. I mean, it's just a natural. It's a natural. Right. I do have a guy who comes on here. He's called Rod Stewart. He's a Rod Stewart tribute, and he's from Manchester, but he kind of has the same accent as Rod Stewart himself. Now he comes on. He's very outspoken. He comes on here every Monday night, and. He'd be like yourself. If you don't like, you know, if you don't like outspoken people, you know, this guy just speaks outside the box, and sometimes he goes above and beyond.
I don't even notice a lot of times that I have this accent and stuff, and sometimes it catches me off guard. I'll be at a show, and people see me up there for 50 minutes, an hour, you know, talking and doing my stand up, and then. Like I'll meet people. Oh, let's go and have a little something to eat afterwards, you know. So we're sitting down eating, and somebody would turn to me and go, "All right, you don't have to do the whole accent now. You're not on stage. You could stop doing the accent." I go,
"Yeah, they don't believe you."
I fucking talk. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I talk this way. Yeah, if you like, you know, what's this? Michelle Condon saying he also looks like Robert De Niro. No, you don't. Have you got that? You look like Robert De Niro. No, I don't think so. Maybe, but you know, you know the way Robert De Niro does that. You know that face he does. You know the Robert De Niro. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hang on. We better check out what people are saying. I'm missing what they're saying. I'm just Fred brings so much joy to the laughter. Too many of us. We love Fred, and that's in Cathy Amador. Do you know her?
Oh, she's my biggest fan.
Yeah, brilliant.
She runs my fan page.
She does. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she contacts people wherever I tour, wherever I go. She starts messaging people from that area. Everywhere I go, it's fucking amazing. Everywhere I go, after the show, someone will say, "I'm Kathy's friend." I'm like, what? Everywhere, upstate New York, Chicago, Bronx, Brooklyn, Florida, the Carolinas, anywhere, someone comes up to me and says, I'm good friends with Kathy.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, she's all over.
I mean, there's so many of your friends on here at the moment. You've loads of some of your fans are on here, and they're all saying hello. You'll be able to see them all in the feed. And, we've got Maria and Sarah J, Lordy Conti, Love Freddie. There's just so many of your followers here. Looking at you tonight. Now there's the opposite version of your show that you do as well, and it's get the food over here. So you have two versions.
Yeah,
two versions.
Know why? Because I have a shirt that says GTFOH. So every show I have has to be GTFOH. Get the fuck out of here. Get the food over here. Get the food out of here. Every fucking thing. Because I'm too lazy to make up new shirts.
I had to put the...
What I'm doing, it has to be GTFOH because I ain't ordering new fucking shirts for anybody.
Now, if anyone could think of another name for Fred that he can put in there, another show that he can have with the same initials, stick it up on the feed there. We'll tell him it. You know what I mean?
I had a friend of mine who said, you should do shows like that are clean and for like the local churches. I said, get the faith out of here.
Get the. Yeah. No,
get the faith out of here.
Have you ever met Joe Pesci, by the way?
No, I never did. He's old now.
Yeah.
He's in his mid-70s.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he would be. Would he be one of the people you'd like to meet?
Oh, I would love to meet him. Definitely would love to meet him.
Someone said, get the fat out of here.
Yeah, that's one of my catchphrases
Kathy.
when I'm on stage.
Kathy, yeah, that was Kathy.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fat out of here.
Get the fat out of here.
Get the fat out of here. Yeah. All I noticed some of the times they don't say 50, they say 50.
Yeah.
$50. That's $50, man. Yeah, 50. Yeah, they say 50 instead of 50, don't they? Yeah, 50. It's like the English, they say they instead of T's they say F's. Do you ever notice that? I'm gonna slit your throat. Throat. They don't say throat. They say I'm gonna slit your throat, mate. I'm gonna come out there and they say it like that, don't they? But that's the way we should be able to slag all those accents off, and different cultures around them. Because I love all that. I mean, because it's true, you know what I mean? And then when you go to slag people and then they mess it all up on us, not being able to have a laugh, So
there's nothing like being authentic.
Be yourself. So what's on the cards for you, Freddie, now at the moment? What's next on the agenda now that you're still doing your shows, which people are absolutely loving? I've been on there I've been scouting, having a look at some of your stuff, and even before you came on, we were laughing at you, saying the Chinese stuff is shit, that they give you this, and I was, we all had a good laugh at that. It was very, very good, and I like that. And so what's next for you? For you now, because when do you go back live, or when do you think you'll go back live? And you're just obviously continuing with your shows, your Facebook shows and Instagrams.
Every Monday night at 8, we go live. We're either doing the cooking show, Get the Food Out of Here, or we're doing Get the Food Over Here, and that's just like reviewing new foods that came out or really shitty food.
Right.
And showing people how shit some food is. Like last Monday, we did one with crazy frozen foods that were disgusting. I almost threw up.
Yeah.
I had to drink a bottle of scotch just to get it down.
Was that the one with the cheese?
Wednesday night, we do a live question and answer.
Oh, right. Okay. So that's good. So you give everyone a chance to kind of get in on the action and talk to you live. That's actually very good. So people can come in. So you do that on Zoom, is it?
Well, you see, the question and answer I do tonight on Wednesday night is, there's 600-700 people who tune in. So obviously I can't answer
everybody's
question. So, and my wife, she's looking down at the phone and me and her interact. So she only gets 30 seconds every few minutes to look down and just whoever's there, she just picks it out. So that's why I do the interactive one now, the Zoom.
Right.
So it's only 20 people. And if you're a fan of the show, then you know you're definitely going to meet me like one-on-one and ask a couple of questions one-on-one. So it's like a treat to them.
What's the weirdest question you've been asked? Go on.
I always get asked if this is my real hair.
Oh, jeez. You get... Yeah.
I always go, yeah. Well,
look at my...
If I had a toupee, it would look better than this. It wouldn't look worse.
Hey, look, see, people don't know. Look, I actually have a ponytail.
No, I hope it doesn't smell like a ponytail.
Ah, so do I. I never smelled the back of my head before, and I don't want to.
No.
You can forget
Don't
that.
start.
So, like, you know what? When it's safe to travel, Fred, we'd absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, we'd love to have you over. We really would. I'd imagine we'd have such a laugh over here with yourself. We'd really...
That would be great. We would do, maybe we would do like a 3 or 4 day, every night comedy show at, wherever you see, and we could set it up.
Yeah.
And in between that, have a few drinks.
Hey.
And eat that delicious.
Say cheers to that.
And drink and eat that delicious British food.
Oh, yeah. The British food. Yeah, I seen your review that the food you were doing in the oven with the cheese and yeah, it looks pretty shit. You're pardon.
You guys got a lot of boiled fucking crazy shit. You haggis. And all that shit.
No. We don't eat the haggis. That's all Scottish. That's all fucking the haggis eat the Scottish eat that, and
keep the fucking Scottish away from me.
Oh no, I've never. I know. I heard haggis is nice. It's sheep stomach, isn't it? Isn't that what a haggis is? Isn't it?
And it's stuffed with all kinds of other shit. As if the sheep stomach ain't bad enough, then they stuff it with worse shit.
Ann Doyle just said, Freddie, get the fuck over here.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, get the fuck over here. That could be a new one. That could be a new catchphrase for get the fuck over here. Yeah.
I'm not putting them in for any percentage.
Yeah, and there's no royalties on that. He said that's copyrighted already. His lawyers are writing that in the thread as we speak. He's keeping that so you affect. That's a good one, Anne. We like that one. Yeah, that's a keeper. You can keep that one. Get the fuck over here. Yeah, I like that one. I'll start using. Yeah.
He's trying to work in to be like my manager or something.
No. We won't do that. We leave that up to the girl who runs your page. Hey, who is your manager? Do you manage yourself?
Yeah, I manage myself.
You look after yourself. Okay. Tell him only the black and white pudding over here. That's what she said, Jane Bates. Tell him only black and white pudding over here. You mean
sounds good. See, it's racial harmony over there. Black and white pudding.
It's
everybody's getting along.
Tina McFadden doing it, saying it's lovely haggis is Anto. I never tasted haggis.
We'll do it. Me and you will do it live when I get there. We'll eat haggis together with a half a bottle of scotch.
Actually, there's a guy we know down in Kerry. We could actually travel down to him, okay? Paul Travio. He has his own TV show. He was on here on the show, and he's very well outspoken. He's really hit hotspots over here by catching animals live and tearing them apart at the sides of the river and cooking them live, and he owns his own restaurant and stuff like that. You would go down very well with him. You and him would get on like a house on fire. I mean, if you're coming over, we definitely have to get Paul Travio to meet you. Check him out on Facebook. He's on the TV stations over here. He got about 10 series cooking, and he goes live all the time, and that's how he made himself kind of by going live all the time and doing these outrageous cookeries, like cooking stuff at the side of the sea and catching fish and cooking it there and then or in a tree and doing all that sort of stuff. And you would like him because he's a really nice bloke. But you two could do a cook off. That'd be interesting. We have an angle already. For you, Fred. That'd be brilliant. We'd love to have you.
I was just going to go there and get drunk all day and then just stand up.
You could do that while you're cooking the steaks. You cook the steaks, we'll get drunk. We'll send you over a few bevies, while you're cooking the dinner, But,
is there good fishing in England?
Ireland.
Ireland, is there good fishing in Ireland?
In Ireland, and of course there is. Where Paul is down in Kerry, it's absolutely stunning down there because you can fish in the Atlantic Ocean. And when you go to that side, when you go to the opposite side of Ireland, it's the Atlantic Ocean. If you're on the Dublin side, it's the Irish Sea, where if you eat a fish out there, you'll probably die. Yeah.
I have a guy in New York.
Yeah.
His name is Nick Thomas. He's from Ireland.
Right.
And he used to open for me. And he used to have an accent just like you guys, And he would get up there. And every time he would come off, I would go, let's hear from Mick Tomlin all the way from England. Because I know that would piss him off.
Yeah.
Every time I come off the stage, he goes, you fucking wanker. I'm not from fucking England.
So that's what... So
that's a mistake.
So that's what you're doing. You're trying to piss me off, Ollie. That's okay.
I'm trying to piss me off.
We don't care. We don't care. We don't give a shit. But you know what? We had a great time talking to you. I'm very glad you came on. I was absolutely delighted you came on the show. Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
No, we loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was great having you on. And you know what? Maybe we'll have you on again. We can touch base and see how things are working out. And we'd be delighted to have you over here and get you live. Get you live on, and we get you into the comedy clubs.
We gotta do an Irish tour.
An Irish tour. That I've got a feeling in my bones. That is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
An Irish tour means 1 night out, 2 nights in jail.
3 nights in jail. 3 nights. You have to. Fucking yeah. No, I actually done the 12 days of Christmas there. Not this year, last year, and fucking hell, that's a tough one. Do you ever do that one? The 12.
No.
Okay, what you have to do is over here we do the 12 days, the 12 pubs of Christmas. So what you have to do, you've got 20 minutes in 12 pubs to drink either a short or a pint, and you have to do it in each pub in 20 minutes. So you have to visit 12 pubs every 20 minutes, and then by the time you get to the last one, now you have to leave each pub no matter what. There could be everyone, there could be a great, and then you have to get your bevies every 20 minutes, and by the time you get to the last one, you're banjaxed.
Oh, I could never do that. I'm a lightweight. I can tell you right now, beer makes me 10 times drunker than like whiskey.
Yeah, me
like
too.
That.
Me too. I can drink whiskey like it's milk. You give me a beer, I'm anybody's.
Yeah, give me a beer. Give me 2 beers, I'm done. So 2 beers.
Yeah, we'll do 2 or 3 beers and we'll just get a taxi, go home, get sick, and go to bed. But Fred, thanks very much for coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Fred Rubino, and hopefully we can touch base again very, very soon. And thanks very, very much.
And for fuck's sake, get me over there.
There we go. Get me the fuck over there.
Get me the fuck up. Get me the fuck over there.
Get me the fuck over there. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. But listen, Fred, it's been an absolute pleasure, and hopefully we get to meet and have a few bevies in the future very soon.
You got it, pal. Thank you. Have a great night.
Enjoy your drink. Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely brilliant. That's Fred. Just being himself. He's got a great show over there. Check him out. Get the food out of here. Yeah, and all that. He's absolutely brilliant. What a nice guy. His channel does really, really well. And so you can check him out there on his Facebook page, Fred Rubino. Check him out. And check him on Facebook as well. He's got tons and tons of videos on Facebook where he's very well outspoken. He's absolutely brilliant, So thanks very much to Willie White as well, who came on from he's based in Dublin, originally from Ballymun. That's where he's originally from. And so Fred Rubino as well. So with 2 special guests on tonight. And thanks to Stevie Carroll for producing the show here tonight with myself, and we hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. It was a comedy night where we just had 2 comics on and just banter as always, and you know yourself. So ladies and gentlemen. And tomorrow we're going to be telling you who's the winner of our competition. And so there's loads and loads of more things to go on. But we want to thank you very much for joining me here tonight. So from myself, Steve Carroll, and all the rest of the clan, enjoy. Stay safe. We love you loads. And good night. God bless. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. See you then. Good night. Thank you.